Hello friends, Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this does not work. And as you can see, we're already open for business here. 17 days, 18 hours, 59 minutes, and 31 seconds away from kickoff against the Carolina Panthers. And I put out a video not too long ago about Travis Frederick, who has Guillain-Barre syndrome. As soon as I got finished with the video, I started doing some research and stuff on there, trying to find out what it is because I never heard of it before. And what it is it's a very rare nervous disorder. They believe that sometimes the Zika virus, hepatitis, a viral infection, respiratory infection can lead this syndrome on, and it attacks nerve endings. Generally speaking, it actually starts out in the legs with numbness and things like that. And in most cases, the person has to be hospitalized in the ICU because this can actually attack the respiratory system and literally kill you. Because I don't want to get it wrong, let me go ahead and get exactly what it is, because I'm not a doctor. I don't really play one here on YouTube, but I can read and do research and talk to people and stuff. Guillain-Barre syndrome is a rare disorder in which your body's immune system attacks your nerves. Weakness and tingling in your extremities are usually the first symptoms. These symptoms can quickly spread, eventually paralyzing your whole body. In the most severe form, Guillain-Barre is a medical emergency. Most people with the condition must be hospitalized to receive treatment. The exact cause of the syndrome is unknown, but is preceded by infections such as illnesses such as respiratory infection or stomach flu. There's no new cure for Guillain-Barre syndrome, but several treatments can ease symptoms and reduce the duration of the illness. Most people recover from Barre symptoms, though some experience lingering effects such as weakness and numbness or fatigue. And this is one of those things that you can recover in a couple of weeks, can take a year, sometimes it can take 3 years to recover. That's why they're not putting a timetable on it. Some of the treatments are, they take your blood out, and if you've ever donated blood or blood platelets, if you go to Red Cross, they can take whole blood, they can take double reds, which is a bigger needle than the regular one, or they can do blood platelets. Blood platelets go to people with cancer. And what they do is they take your blood out in one tube, goes through a filtering machine, and they take out the blood platelets, and then they put it back into your system. Well, they take out your blood, and they put back in the plasma, and the plasma has the healing properties and attacks the nerves and so on in there. So where does this leave us? Okay, so typical symptoms: pricking, pins and needle sensation in your fingers and ankles, weakness in your legs that spreads to your upper body. He's been having neck stingers. Unsteady walking or inability to walk or climb stairs, difficulty with eye or facial movement, severe pain, and difficulty with bladder control and bowel function, rapid heart rate, low or high blood pressure, and difficulty breathing. And basically, here, risk factors. Here's the two groups. You're slightly greater risk if you're a man and you're a young adult. He's a man. Yeah, he's still pretty young. I was looking up because I've gone through here. The internet's great. Treatment. Antibodies from a donor are given intravenously. So you got somebody else that they're taking their antibodies out of their blood and they're putting them into your system and see if that actually responds, if your body responds. And that's what I believe that they did to him, because he said he has 2 treatments and to see how he responds. So hemoglobin therapy. So they've got somebody who's a donor. They've gone through filtered and they've taken out the hemoglobin and they've put it back in him. So they've done 2 of those treatments. Now here's what I'll say, at least, because he's young, because he's healthy, the fact that he's not hospitalized is a good thing, and because they hopefully found this out early. Unlike most people, you're numb, you're not going to the doctor. So in a lot of cases, I'm assuming that people have waited and it's really gotten a hold of them. So the fact that he's been going to the doctor and getting this diagnosed early, because I'm going to be honest with you, I bet you a lot of doctors don't know about this. You know, I've gone through, because like I've told you guys before, when I go to sleep at night, my whole side goes numb to the point where I can't lift up my arm and stuff. And my doctor just says, well, that's just normal. You know, you're just sleeping on your side. And it's like, no, I can be sleeping on this side and it's still numb. So the doctors don't necessarily catch everything. Fortunately, he's got the best care in the world, so they've caught this and they've already started treatment. So maybe, fortunately, hopefully, it's something that's short term. The fact, like I said, that he's not hospitalized, because they said basically you need to be in ICU with this because it can be life threatening. I can give you guys my own experience, not with this, but actually with a strep A infection. Now, what he's got is attacking his nerves. What I had was a streptococcus A, or like strep throat, but it was inside my body. In fact, in this knee, this is the scar right here from where they did one of the 3 knee operations. The other part of it was a burn later on. But how fast stuff can actually move in your system is incredible. Because on a Wednesday, I had a little red spot right here in my knee. My knee was just a little sore, felt a little arthritic. Thursday, felt a little bit stiff. Friday, I started getting swelling and started feeling warm. Called the doctor. Doctor said, we're closing the office early today because it's the eve of New Year's Eve, and we'll see you Monday. We'll make an appointment. Saturday morning, I woke up with 104 temperature and a knee this big, cherry red. Went to the hospital, and fortunately that I went then, because it was this infection that literally, if it had been 12 hours more, I would have lost a leg. They said if it had been 24 hours longer, I would have died. So speed and the time that these things are diagnosed is critical. So he's been diagnosed early, he's being treated, but how long he'll be out, who knows? Now, I'm told Randy Gaines, Olympic swimmer, had the same syndrome. And he made it through it and ended up competing in the Olympics and getting a gold medal. The good thing, again, for Travis Frederick is he's young, he's healthy, he's in shape. He's better able to fight off this infection or this syndrome. So that's all I can tell you about this one right now, guys. Joe Looney, you're up, man. You better be ready to rock and roll, because this is serious. You know, I always tell everybody that life is precious and you need to make the most of every single day, because you never know when your life can be turned upside down. In football, you got a shelf life. In football, you can be one play away from being retired and losing it all. And this is one of those examples of, don't waste a day. I try and fit in as much as I can every single day, because at the end of the day, it's one day less that I have left. And there's a lot of things that I want to accomplish. So I don't have time to waste with petty arguing, fighting, or whatever. I want to leave my mark on the world, because this goes to show you it can all just disappear. Travis, my thoughts, prayers, and everything else go out to you. And hope you get better real quick. Wow. I'm Mark Holmes. It's my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo. And I'm really speechless right now. I'll see you guys real soon. We'll be back later with our final word on the Dallas Cowboys for tonight.